China wants to build the biggest dam in human history, but there is a catch. It sites on one of the world's most dangerous earthquake zones. If it breaks, 1.8 billion people are in trouble. What's up, everyone? Today we are talking about a dam that could literally change the map of Asia. I'm not exaggerating. This thing would be 3 times bigger than China's already massive 3 gorgeous dam. But here is where it gets crazy. India and Bangladesh are freaking out. Scientists are raising red flag about earthquakes, and the whole project could spark a water war between nuclear powers. Stick around because by the end of this video, you will understand why this dam is way more than just concrete and water. It's about power, politics, and future of billions of people. Let's dive in. Okay, first let me show you why this location is so special. There is this river called Yarlung Tsangpo in Tibet. Most people have never heard of it, but it becomes Brahmaputra River when it enters in India. And that one you might know. Now, this river does something absolutely insane. It flows along normally, then suddenly it makes a U-turn around the mountain. Picture a river taking the sharpest hairpin turn you have ever seen. In just 50 kilometers, that's like 30 miles. The river drops almost. We are talking about the energy equivalence of 60 nuclear power plants, all in one spot. And China wants to build a dam right there. Think about it. If you could capture all the falling water and turn it into electricity, you would have unlimited clean power. It's like finding an infinite battery just sitting in the mountains. But nothing is ever that simple. So why does China wants to build this dam so badly? Two big reasons. Number one, they need massive amount of clean energy. China promised to stop adding carbon to the atmosphere by 2016. That's a huge deal because right now they are the world's biggest polluters. To hit that goal, they need to replace hundreds of coal plants with renewable energy. This one dam could do the work of 60 coal plants in one shot. That's game changing. The second reason, energy independence. Right now, China imports tons of oil and gas from overseas. Those shipments have to pass through narrow ocean canals that was blocked during conflicts. A giant dam in the Tibet that's 100% under their control. No one can cut off the power supply. It's basically ultimate home battery. But, and this is a big but, building this thing is like trying to construct a skyscraper on the waterbed during an earthquake. This brings us to the problem. Hey, if you are enjoying this video, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. We break down huge stories like this every week, and I promise you will learn something new every time. Let me paint a picture of the worst case scenario. The Himalayas exist because of two massive tectonic plates. Imagine giant puzzle pieces of the earth crust are smashing into each other in slow motion. India's plate is pushing into Asia, creating the world's tallest mountains. And where is China planning to build this dam? Right on the top of the collision zone. This area gets hit by the serious earthquakes all time. There was a big one near this exact spot in 2017. We are talking about one of the most unstable pieces of ground on the planet. Now imagine building a wall 300 meters tall. That's like a 90-story buildings. And filling the area behind it with billions of tons of water. Then imagine an earthquake hits. If the dam cracks or breaks, a wall of water rushes downstream through the narrow mountains at an insane speed. Everything in the path, villages, towns, farms, people gets wiped out. And it doesn't just affect Tibet. The water races into India and Bangladesh. We are talking about potentially a disaster affecting three countries and hundreds of millions of people. Oh, and here is the kicker. Some scientists think the weight of the water could actually cause earthquakes. It happened before on the other big dam. You're basically pressing down on an already unstable fault line with the weight of small ocean. Would you want to live downstream from that? Neither do I. Alright, now let's talk about the neighbors, because they are not thrilled about this plan. Imagine your upstairs neighbor controlled the water pipe to your apartment. They promise they will be cool about it, but they can turn your water on and off whenever they want. Comfortable? Probably not. That's exactly how India and Bangladesh feel. The Brahmaputra River is life for northeastern India and Bangladesh. We are talking about drinking water for millions of people, irrigation for massive farms that feed the entire region, fishing communities that depend on the river. If China builds this dam, they control the facet. During dry season, China could hold back the water, and suddenly Indian farms do not have enough irrigation. During monsoon season, if China releases too much water at once, you get catastrophic flooding downstream. For Bangladesh, it's even worse. This is one of the most densely packed countries on earth, 160 million people living largely on river deltas. Their agriculture, their economy, their survival depends on the consistent river flow. One Chinese dam could mess with all of that. Now China says, don't worry, we are just making electricity, not stealing water. But here is the problem. There is no official treaty, no binding agreement. It's basically a trustless situation. And here is my question for you. If you were living Bangladesh or India, would you just trust that everything will be fine? Drop your answers in the comments. There is another part of this story that doesn't get talked about enough, the Tibetan Plateau itself. This region is called Third Pole because it has more ice than anywhere on Earth except the Arctic and Antarctic. It's where major Asian rivers start, and it affects weather pattern across the entire continent. It's also sacred land in Tibetan Buddhist culture. The rivers, the mountains, these aren't just resources, they're spiritually important. Building a mega dam means bringing in thousands of construction workers, building massive infrastructure in pristine wilderness, possibly relocating entire communities, changing the landscape forever. Scientists honestly don't know what might happen on the local environment. But when you are making decisions about national energy policies and geopolitics, those concerns often take a backseat, which is sad, but it's the reality. Okay, here is where it gets futuristic. This dam isn't just about making electricity right now. It could be a game changer for the future of energy storage. Here is how. When you have excess electricity, you can use it to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. That hydrogen becomes fuel you can store, transport, and use later. Kind of like turning electricity into a battery that doesn't run out. With 60 gigawatts of power, this dam could produce massive amounts of green hydrogen. That's huge because hydrogen can power things that batteries can't easily handle, like cargo, ships, steel factories, and long haul trucks. So this dam becomes more than just a power plant. It becomes an energy hub that produces both instant electricity and storable fuel for the future. Pretty cool, right? But it also makes the dam more strategically valuable, which means even more reasons for neighboring countries to worry about who controls it. Alright, let's wrap it up. The Yarlung Tsangpo Mega Dam is one of the wildest infrastructure idea ever proposed. It's got everything: massive engineering ambition, earthquake danger, international drama, and the fate of billions of people hanging in this place. On one side, you have got China trying to hit its climate goals and secure its future energy. Totally understandable. On the other side, you have got serious earthquake risks, environmental concerns, and two downstream countries worried about their water supply. Also, actually understandable. This is a situation where everybody has legitimate points. There is no easy answer. The dam might never get built, but the question it arises aren't going away. How do countries share rivers that cross borders? How do we balance development with safety? And who gets to decide when that stacks affects millions of people? These are questions we will be dealing with for decades. Okay, here is what I want you. Whose side are you on? Should China build this dam for clean energy, or are the risks too dangerous? Team build it or team too risky? Comment below. I want to see where everyone stands on this. If you made this far, you are awesome. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video where we will explore more stories that are reshaping our world. Peace out.